Well, good morning, everybody out there in Facebook land, TikTok world, everywhere. There's going to be a live clip of this or just a clip of this in general, which is YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and sometimes Instagram. You never know. You just never know. We'll get there. One of these days, we'll be going live on all of the platforms at the same time, which is the goal. Which is the goal for 26 at least. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Monty Anderson, your host here at 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson. Now, we are coming on a little bit later than normal. We got to sleep in just a little bit, just because we kicked the pigs outside last night because it was a nice night. You know, since we're here in the South, and we don't get the frigid temperatures yet until like January, February through April. You know, and so the pigs got kicked outside last night, so they didn't wake us up to get fed every so often. And here we are. We overslept. So here it is after Christmas. Did you guys get what you wanted? Did you guys have a good Christmas? All that good stuff. What up, ballerina? Welcome to the show. Good to see you on bright and early. So did anybody have to go to work that day after Christmas? And that one day after Christmas, and then get the weekend off, because that's the worst. I think I saw somebody on TikTok that did a little skit about it. You know, having to work one day after Christmas because the company wouldn't give them the time off to, you know, just give them that one day off. Mine was great. 10 days till Mardi Gras season starts. Awesome. Good morning, Mr. Roy Joe Bradley Jr. out there. He got his ranch and mayo packets in, so he's happy. Just kidding, Roy. Just kidding. So hopefully y'all are doing good. I got some pretty cool stuff. I can't lie. Um, got some paranormal stuff for Christmas. Not to mention not just paranormal stuff, but I got some cool killer um, Clive Barker books and things like that. We'll go over those here in just a little bit. So, what did you guys get for Christmas? The Hocus Pocus spell book. Awesome. Have you cast any spells yet? You don't have to answer that. Yes, you do, please. Inquiring minds want to know, what spells have you cast already from that book? Yeah, that's what I said. I overslept because the pigs got kicked outside last night, and so we actually slept in a little bit because we didn't have to worry about the pigs waking up and wanting to eat, you know, every couple hours, you know. Well, that's cool. Uh, we're getting all kinds of questions this morning. We got the Eggman coming on. We got where were you when the towers fell? And I was working. Where was I working at that one? I would have been working. There you go. Get one answer. 'Cause I can't even think of where I was. Oh man. But all right. So, what'd you guys get for Christmas? We got the Hocus Pocus spell book. Roy got his ranch and mayo from Miracle Whip, and I got to sleep in a little bit this morning. So, we talk about horror movies, sci-fi movies. We skip politics and religion here because whenever that happens, people lose their damn minds. So, good morning, everybody that's joining us this morning. It's a great day so far. And good morning, love out there. Hopefully, you had a great Christmas yourself. Don't forget to like, share, and follow as you get here. That helps us out, and the lives kick up in there and gets us into that popular live level. But we do appreciate everybody stopping in, checking us out, because again, we talk about horror movies, sci-fi movies, comic books, comic book artwork, my comic book artwork, all that goody good stuff. And I'm almost done with this one book cover that I'm working on right now for a novel out there. They're fixing to start filming a vampire movie in Lafayette, Louisiana. Sweet. Do you know which one? I've seen some advertisements for some different vampire movies that are coming out or getting ready to start filming, not coming out, but it could be one of those that I've seen. Because we've got a lot of vampire stuff around here, including, which I did find, I didn't pull it out, but did find my Anne Rice interview with a vampire, first edition. So, with the dust cover intact. Not sure. They just finished casting extras. Okay, cool. Did you get done on that extras? Because that would be cool. What kind of questions are these this morning? Wow. But yes. Yes, I would. As long as they didn't have some stupid agenda out there. But that would be up to her completely, not me. But I would have no problems with it. See, there you go. And I want to say my daughters have as well through their lives. But, it's to whatever they want. If it makes them happy, I'm cool with it. Again, we're not talking religion here. We don't talk religion. We don't talk politics. All right. I got absolutely no shitty Twilight merchandise because that is all I can think about is Twilight is shit. Okay. And if I did get it, I would burn it on the spot in front of the person that got it for me. Um, I'm going live at noon. Need to catch a nap. Well, Ballerina, I appreciate you stopping in, checking out the channel. While you could, and it's always a pleasure to have you on the show as well. Just like Roy here. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. We just don't talk politics and religion here because people tend to lose their mind whenever those two subjects get brought up. So we avoid those subjects here. We talk about cool stuff like paranormal and everything else. But Ballerina, you have a good day, and we'll see if we can catch you around noon. I was supposed to be on a podcast last night, but apparently that didn't happen because he didn't contact me or something. I don't know. But nothing to be sorry for. We understand that that's your area that you like to talk about because you've got that. My girlfriend does. I don't play guitar. I just do artwork. I make artwork happen. All kinds of fun artwork, from comic book style artwork to horror artwork to fantasy and sci-fi artwork. It's all cool. Just like my shirt here. This is one of my pieces right here. One of my paintings of the Joker right there. So, um, but yeah, we got tons of different ones as well right here. All kinds of different ones throughout there. All the stuff that we have available right now, which I'm going to be adding a few more in there. So, but no, my if Casey was on here, he plays guitar and a bunch of other instruments as well. But no, the girlfriend, she's got several guitars here. She hasn't played in a while, but she does have several that she used to play on a regular basis. So I'm trying to encourage her to get back into doing that. So, but she just hasn't picked them up in a while. She's been reading a bunch of her books and things like that. So, what'd you guys get for Christmas? Did you have a good Christmas? And some people, it's just another day and full of memories because it's hard for some people. Just because you know it's the first year without, or just not the same because of someone wasn't there and all that good stuff. A bait caster, awesome. That's a good reel to have. Did it was it the whole combo or just the reel itself? And what kind of line do you use with your setups? The whole combo, cool, cool, cool. Do you use spider wire or do you use something else? There's so many different lines out there now that it's hard to keep track of what who laces up with what when it comes to all that. Now, I've been fishing since I can remember. Used to go fishing with my grandpa all the time, and we'll show you this one here. I don't know what I use. My dad puts our line on, but it's not spider line. I know that. Okay, cool. It's probably like a Zepco or something like that. Probably a 10 to 15 pound test if I had to guess. Is it a color or just the standard clear? Still trying to figure this one out, but this one's cool. It's a beanie that the girlfriend's dad got me for Christmas, and it does have a built-in light, so you can get out there and blind people with it and all that good stuff. No, just kidding. It's got several settings. Plus, it's got music. You can play music while you're working on your car or out in the woods or something at night. You know, but that's cool. And I'm trying to figure out because that's the power box for it, I guess, over here. But this one pops out and charges up. I'm trying to figure out how it all works right now. But I'll get there. It's got an instruction booklet somewhere in the box, so I'll get it all figured out. So that one's a pretty cool little toy that her dad got me right there. And we'll get to the small stuff. These were the stocking stuffers. So we've got a pretty cool little black on black nail kit. Bum bum bum. All black on black. Let you get your ingrown toenails right there if you needed to. And just your regular nails and all that good stuff. It's just got a cool little tip on it I haven't seen before. Pull that out of there. But that little sharp little tip like that right there. Never seen that before in some tweezers. But they're a cool little matte black set with all kinds of different things for your nails and all that good stuff. All these different little kit pieces right there. So that's pretty cool. And then got this Cologne set, a 4-piece Cologne set. Like little, oh, there you go. Yeah, and then you just rub it on your skin like that. This one's sandalwood scent, so I can smell like the trees and cedar and pine. So this way, I don't scare off any animals when I go off into the woods hunting, which I haven't done in a while. I need to get back to it. I haven't hunted since I got back from Afghanistan, so which was 2007, by the way. And then this one kind of made me laugh. This one's a comfort cream, lotion to powder, original sandalwood zest, sweet protection or sweat protection. Sorry, odor neutralizing, prevents chafing, anti bat wing, and it is Happy Nuts. Oh, apply a small amount to your nuts, thighs, or any area that experiences wetness, odor, or chafing. So get your Happy Nuts today. That one made me laugh. That one just made me laugh. He goes, I got me some of that too. But good morning, everybody. We're talking about what we got for Christmas. And I'm going to get into the cool stuff here in just a second. But what did you guys get? What did you guys do? Did you have fun for Christmas? And welcome, Samantha, to the show. Roy laughing his nuts off right now. How are you guys doing today? Seriously. Um, Did you get what you wanted for Christmas? Did you get everybody else what they wanted for Christmas? Did you do anything for Christmas? If you didn't, that's cool too, because I understand, like we were talking about, it is hard um, for this time of year during the holiday seasons. It doesn't matter which holiday it is. Are you guys ready for New Year's, which is just a few days away? Because today is what, 27th? We have 5 days left in this year. All right. So, what'd you guys do? Did you guys have fun? Did you guys get everything you wanted? We're gonna break into some of the cool stuff that we got. We'll put this right down. The line was blue, and I got a mirror from my mammal. Mammal. That was from my dad's. From my dad, purple. It was great because our Cowboys won our game. Yes, absolutely. Even though they did let the command hers come back, way too close of a game, and it shouldn't have been. For my dead grandpa, passed away 6 months ago. I'm sorry to hear that. I am. That's why I say the holidays are tough for some people, especially whenever you just lost someone. And it could be years since you lost someone, and the holidays can still be hard. Like I lost my son back in 2009. He was 17 years old, so I know what it's like. Good morning, Casey. Welcome to the broadcast booth. You missed us talking about Happy Nuts. Yes, this does go on your nuts. That was a stocking stuffer I got. So, and I like I said, we cope with it differently. The pain never goes away. So, and it's just you cope with things differently, but you can relive the moment in a heartbeat. I could tell you exactly where I was, what was going on, how many phone calls between my ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife, because we were going through a divorce at the same time, and how I had to make phone calls myself to the hospital, and then the drive 7+ hours from Bastrop, Texas to Tishomingo, Oklahoma. You know, just to view him in the mortuary, since he had made the trip from the hospital to the mortuary. Uh, those memories can come back in a heartbeat. I can tell you because for those of you that don't know, I had a rough 3-year stretch from 2008 to 2010, less than a year apart. And my sister was killed by a drunk driver in 2008. My son died in 2009 by an ATV accident, and then my grandfather passed away of old age in 2010. So, but good morning, everybody. We're not going to get that heavy. All right, so we're going to start with some of the gifts that I got. They're pretty cool gifts. This one is a horror anthology book, Small Town Horror. The Bram Stoker Award finalist, Ronald Malfi. Uh, this one says his best novel yet, stylish, dark, and with a haunting, salty atmosphere. Right there. It is called Small Town Horror by Ronald Malfi. So it is a hardback book right there. I didn't even look through it yet. So the girlfriend got a nice little dark romance and all that good stuff. All right. So he's got a lot of books. A lot of books right there. That's all his books right now, or that I know of, that are listed here anyway. So that's one horror book that I got. And then from the master of horror, for me anyway, Clive Barker, The Hellbound Heart, right there. One of the masters of horror for me. This one is tops before Stephen King for me, just because his writing style. This is one of his newer books. This one is from, and he does have a lot of books too. This one was from 2007, so it's not that new, but it's newer. So, but if you have never read a Clive Barker book, I would suggest getting some, and I would start with this collection right here, Books of Blood. 1 through 6. All 6 books of Blood right here. And it's got new introductions and all that good stuff. And this one, yes, is still sealed in the plastic. I'm still not over The Mist. Stephen King's The Mist. Well, that was a good one. That really was. All right. So now let's get into the other good stuff. Have a great weekend yourself, love, and don't do anything crazy. I didn't know that was a series. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a series of books that he wrote quite a while back. Not really that far back, but it's a while back. I think in the '90s is when he wrote those books. And I used to have the original books, but something happened to all my books. You get rid of things, and things happen, and all kinds of different things. So, and it's a great series. And I know they've got the what is it on Netflix, the Book of Blood show on Netflix, which was a good one, but it doesn't encompass the books. You have to read the books to get the full feel. And so now the nitty gritty. Here we go. I'm gonna put it on my notes. Have a good morning, y'all. You too, Samantha. Thanks for stopping in and checking us out. So we're gonna start with the environmental electronic radiance tester. This one is kind of cool. It's one of those that you see ghost hunters use on a regular basis where they check out to see if you've got radiation in the room. And apparently we do, which isn't good. So we're going to start that way this morning. Nope, it's still saying we got radiation in this room. Should we be worried? I mean, there you go. See, we're apparently got radiation in the room. Okay, we have no radiation over here, but we have radiation over here. So is that from the computers? Do computers put radiation out? According to this, the computer puts out 240 worth of yeah, the computer's right here. And I'm at 260 VMs, which is in the warning stage, 280. I go over here to my other computer, and it's only putting out 182. But I go over here, and I'm at 0. So, yeah, you're totally affected. But yeah, right here, it's even hitting at 140, 139. So I'm in the safe range. But anyway, what this does is picks up on the environmental stuff around you and lets you know if there's any spirits around as well. And so yeah, Roy, you were totally infected when you were over here. All right. So that's one little toy that I got for Christmas. And it does pick up on radiation because I put it up to the microwave and it went crazy over there. So, you are radiating your food and all that goody good stuff. And the cool one of the cool items that she found, which is not cheap, but I mean, this one she got at a good deal. Um, but it is the Panasonic RRQR240. Another recording device. So I've got four recording devices in the room right now. So this one is quite cool because it is in Japanese or Chinese or lettering. So we had to actually use the Google Translate to figure out what all it said. All right. So this is the one you see a lot of professional ghost hunters use. It's highly sought after for this one. And apparently they did a lot of recalls on this one. Yes, you're nuts. Here, rub some of this on it. Or just rub some of that mayo on it like you normally do. That Miracle Whip. But It's got the delete function. It's got the hold function on the side. It's got your record function. It's got your seek and play, and then your volume up here. And then it's got your earphone jack, and then it's got a mic jack up here, which I'm assuming that's what that's for because I did not know that that was there, that lettering. So I'm going to have to do the Google Translate up there too, but I'm pretty sure that's where a mic goes right up top if you had a plug-in mic. Um, but this one is very cool because a lot of people have said that whenever they're doing their EVP sessions and things like that, that this will pick up on other things going on in the conversation. Um, so that that basically why people are getting rid of these is because they say it's flawed for some reason. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's picking up the true beyond. But that's just that. So so not only do we have this one, but we've got these two plus the other one, which is I don't see where it is. It's the one that I showed you guys last time. It was the where the heck did you go? It's the old school style that still has the cassette inside. So four different recording devices. So that's very cool. That means you can capture pretty much anything. It's got all kinds of different settings in here as well, because you've got a mode setting over here, so that you can change your settings and all that goody good stuff. So, but the bad part about it is it does not go on and off. It's constant on. It's not constant recording all the time, but it's constant on a regular basis because there is no on off switch for this. That's the only downside to this one I can find is that there is no on off for it. I wish there was an on off for it because that would make it even cooler, save your battery life. But it does keep accurate battery time and date and all that good stuff, so that you have your timestamps and all that goody good stuff in there for it. Okay, now the next one in this little piece of paranormal Christmas is one that she created herself. We still have to tinker with the SBS box, the spirit box. We're probably gonna have to get another one just to get it to work correctly. Um, but she used one of her old guitar amps that we thought was ruined by the pig whenever she peed on it, but it still works, luckily. But she bought a bunch of components for it, hooked it all together. She's got a video that we need to watch. But she created a spirit box beyond spirit boxes. Bum bum bum, right here. See all these accoutrements on it. This is the spirit box, the actual spirit box on the side. You got a reverb back here, and you got a noise killer over here from a specific company. Vivlex over here, right there. But you kick all this on, you put on your spirit box, and you scan through the channels and all that goody good stuff, and it creates your spirit box right here, right now. So she did a killer job on this little thing. It looks like something from the Ghostbusters, absolutely. And but she did a killer job on it. We did play with it for a little bit, but we couldn't get the spirit box to do what we wanted to because since it's a a little bit cheaper brand of a spirit box, it does not scan the channels like we want it to. You know, so we're gonna look at some other ones, some actual SB7s and SB 11s and things like that, just to get this to do what we want it to do. Because this is an awesome job that she did with it, and everything connects into each other, and it's just very cool, and it's very heavy. So you can work out with this thing too. But no, that's a very cool little get up right there, and I'm ready to use it. I'm ready to make it happen. Go chase some ghosts with it. See what they have to say. All of that goody good stuff. So that's my paranormal Christmas that I got this year, which was very awesome. I loved it. And I'm just now kind of concerned that I'm sitting in front of radiation on a regular basis. I did not know that your computer put out that much radiation. Well, you can tell her yourself, man. You can tell her yourself. Because I don't think she's in the chat right now with all of this. Um, so yeah, that's the stuff I got for Christmas, and it was a good Christmas with it all. And I'm looking forward to the new year. Still haven't decided what I'm doing with comic book conventions yet for the new year, since I'm not completely ready for that 100%. But that's neither here nor there. I know the cure for radiation. Oh, do you? Mayo, Miracle Whip. Just rub it and lather it on your body like you normally do. You sicko. You sicko. Roy's a sicko out there, people. Be mindful of him. He will rub you down with Miracle Whip. Oh, you're number five. You're number five. Help! Casey, he's not touching you, is he? All right, folks. So, what are you guys looking forward to in the new year? Because Casey, I knew you were going to do some traveling, so you know. Yes, I know you're number five with just the meat and cheese and bacon only. You freaking weirdo. No lettuce, no tomatoes, no onions, the good stuff on it. The onions. You got to have the extra onions. And then just another number five off the meal by itself. Yeah, we've got your order down. We know your order. You guys looking forward to the new year? Ready for 2026 to start to get out of 2025? I know a lot of people are ready to get out of 2025. And I'm happy that 2025 kind of slowed down a little bit. And it didn't seem to go as fast as 2024 did. And like I said, it's probably because I was going to comic book convention after comic book convention, sometimes two a month, there for a hot minute. So 2025 just kind of speeded, sped by, and or 2024 did. And 2025, once it got here, it kind of just slowed down because I can remember a lot of people were like, "Can we get out of the year 20 or can we get out of the year January yet? It's been a year since January hit." People were griping left and right. It's just like just enjoy that time has slowed down a little bit. We don't always need time to speed by, you know. And there are occasions when you want time to speed by, but on that same note, you also want, or for me, I like time to slow down a little bit, so you can enjoy your time, so that you can enjoy your day, live life to the fullest. Is basically a philosophy that needs to be had by everybody. Live life to the fullest, because again, we don't know if tomorrow is promised to us. You know, the next 20 minutes might not be promised to us. You know, so live life to the fullest and get the most out of your day on a regular basis. And I know most people do that are on here that are watching, but then there are those that that I talk to that they're stuck in a quagmire, if you will, and they don't live life to the fullest. They just live. Now, if you want a trippy art film to watch, I just watched one the other day that was very unique, very interesting, and I give it two thumbs up. And a very very cool movie from 2019. I hadn't heard of it before. I found it on Amazon Prime, and it's called Far from the Apple Tree. It's very eclectic storyline. It's almost like a trip from the '60s, and it's a fantasy film. Of They call it a horror film, but it's not really a horror film. Casey says next year I'm trying to convince flies that honey is sweeter than shit. Well, good luck with that, buddy, as you know how that goes. People have their own opinions, and their opinions are right, right? So, but Far from the Apple Tree is a really cool film. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again just because I was painting while I was watching it. But it's a very cool eclectic film out there, and basically this girl gets her dream job of working with an, a well known artist, and she's basically archiving and cataloging her film, her 8 millimeter film, and all kinds of different things start happening throughout this film for this girl that got this job. Um, and so it's one of those you got to watch to make it make sense, if you will. And I can't talk too much about it because if I did, it would just spoil the whole movie if you're not going to go watch it. But very very cool film. Like I said, I'd never heard of it before, and it is a trippy art film or art. What are they called? Um, Actually, let me just do this. I'm just gonna pull it up and read its piece for you, word for word. It makes it make a little more sense than what I'm talking about. Mm, Let's see if I can find it. Continue watching and your watch list. Okay, where are you at? I know that I put it in the watch list. Where did it go? Okay, maybe it's not over here. Maybe it's on Hulu or something. But I'm gonna go check. Okay. So, what films have you guys watched here recently? What movies have you guys watched? What's there's an easier way to do this? No. Okay, so let's an eclectic mix of ghost story, fantasy, and horror. Judith is a struggling artist who lands a dream job of working for a renowned and somewhat sinister visual artist. Her work involves cataloging the artist's video footage, and in doing so, she discovers film sequences of a woman, the artist's unalived daughter, who looks exactly like herself. And it's an art house film, is what it's called. It's they put it in a horror, science fiction, dark, and haunting um, area, but it's a very cool a very cool movie. Again, I hadn't seen something like this before, um, so it kept my attention. So there you go. So now we know. A art house film, and Casey says I saw the character Bedbug, Spider Man's cousin. Did you see it on my post? LOL. Yes, I did. I did see your what did you call it? Bedbug. Bedbug. Yes, yes. I watched Die Hard yesterday, so I got that Christmas movie out of the way. Um, It just doesn't feel like Christmas without that fall from the Nakatomi building. And if you know, you know. Rambo is going to be in there next because it's still Christmas time until December is over, and sometimes you don't get to see all of your Christmas movies that you want to see, and during the days leading up to because you're busy doing other things. And so we only watched a handful on Christmas Day and on Christmas Eve, and I'm trying to think. No, that was it. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day is when we started watching Christmas movies. So, you know, had we started prior to, we would have gone everything in. He stole my look. I'm mad at him. Bruce Willis. Yes, yes. Bruce Willis is a bad guy. Bruce Willis has been in so many movies, and some he probably never should have made. Um, but it was good to see him up until he couldn't be in movies anymore, uh, because he was always that character actor that you could put in pretty much anything, and he would make it a good movie or a semi good movie. I can't say they were all good because there were a lot of crappy movies that he was in that he never should have been in. But I get it. He had the love of film for it. Yeah, Pulp Fiction was a good one for him. Um, as the boxer on the run. Um, yeah, there's a lot of movies that he's been in. So I'm trying to think of. There's somebody said something derogatory out there. A comment was filtered. Let's not do that. Just reword what you said. But no, um, he has played in a lot of movies, even up until, like I said, the point where he couldn't be in films anymore because of his disease that he's got that is taking his voice away, or has taken his voice away, or whatever it's done. I don't know the full ramifications of it, but I know he can no longer speak, um, or not as well as he used to be able to. So, um, and then you got I just saw him on a commercial. Crap, my brain went blank. Yeah, he does all the way around, kids and my brain is going blank this morning. Demi Moore, that's it. Who still sticks with him by his side, and then of course the kids they had together. Uh, they're still hanging around the house and helping him out. So yes, great family. Um, we were talking about somebody. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Things happen in life that you can't avoid, and so you have to do what's best. Like I said, live life to the fullest. Uh, make each day very full and productive. And if that's a nap, that's a nap. If it's going out hiking, go out hiking. If it's going out fishing, go fishing. Do something. When was Bruce born? Randy Rhodes or Eddie Van Halen? Wow. Tough choice because Randy Rhodes was a great musician that passed before his time. And then of course Eddie Van Halen is just an awesome musician all the way around as well. But I'd pick Randy Rhodes. That's just my pick. I respect to both of them because I can't do either one of what they did. I'm not a guitarist, and they're just musicians all the way around. But Randy Rhodes, you know, just had a little bit more of a oomph to me than Van Halen. So, when was Bruce born? I don't know. I don't know when Bruce was born. Was he born in the 50s, or was he born in the 60s? I don't know. That would be one I'd have to look up, and we can do that right now. Actually, I say Angus Young. Angus Young is good, but Elton John or Billy Joel. Um, again, tough choice, but let's go with Elton John on that one over Billy Joel. See, there you go. Randy was more technical, great on theory. All right, let's see. Um, slow radiating computer. All right, let's go with. Alice in Chains or Rage. Oh, gee, see, Rage Against the Machine was my son's favorite, but they're just way too political for me. I mean, they've got great music and all that good stuff, but I liked Alice in Chains a lot more than I did Rage Against the Machine. I can listen to both of them. I love both of them. Um, but Alice in Chains for me. All right, Casey. He was retired American actor. He's 70 years old. He was born in 55, March 19th, 55. That's an easy one, Billy, on that one. And I'm not into her music per se, but I just hate Taylor Swift. So I am not a Swifty by any stretch of the imagination. Her music comes on, the channel changes. So so there you go. March 19th, 1955. He's 70 years old, and he's still doing well. I mean, as well as he can be. Uh, oh, he was born in Germany. I didn't even know that. Hmm. He was born in Germany. Idar Olberstein, Germany. Cool. All right. Aerosmith or ZZ Top? Both. Because I like both of them. And uh, I like ZZ Top more than I do Aerosmith. Especially that little spot outside the Grange. They got a lot of nice girls. Ozzy Forever, absolutely. I got a pain and getting ready to get started back here. Oh, Mr. Ozzy, this is one of my two that I've got. Ready? Dun, dun, dun. It's going to be in the same vein as my Chester Bennington painting. I've got this one. I've got another one over there that I'm going to be working on relatively soon. They've been drawn up for a little while. It's time for them to get some paint flung on them right there. But my Chester piece right here, dun, 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 right there. And then Ivan Moody, a five finger death punch. Those are some paintings of mine, just like the shirt you're seeing right here. This is my painting of the Joker. But yes, I've got two different Ozzy Osbourne pieces that I'm getting ready to paint up in that same vein as the Chester Bennington right there. Oh, geez. Out of that group, that's a bad choice of groups, but oof. I just don't like what Miley Cyrus has become, and Britney Spears is becoming a nut job as well. Uh, so that one, who I'll let somebody else pick on that one. By the time you've been doing an Ozzy painting past 2 years, buddy. No, it's the Ozzy piece came after his death, obviously, and And so, you know, I drew them up, just a little while ago, probably last month, and I just haven't slung any paint on them yet. So, Eminem or Lil Wayne? Oof. Again, another hard choice because they both have good music. But Eminem out of that list. Lil Wayne is just a little too nasally for me. Kind of like me this morning. Uh, ugh. But yeah, no, they both have their good songs out there periodically, and then you get the crap songs in between, just like most people do. And you can't fault them for that because they had a oof. I'm not a country guy, but I did a belt buckle for Hank Williams Jr. When I worked at a award design metals back in the day. We did the Monday Night Football belt buckle that he wore, and I was the one that drew it up. So Handel or Beethoven? Oof, I'd go with Handel on that one. Beethoven was great, especially since he was supposedly deaf. But Handel, I like his music a little bit better on that. But yeah, if I had to pick out of those two, Hank Williams Jr. over Garth Brooks, just because as the theory goes, every time Hank Williams or not Hank Williams, Garth Brooks had a concert, someone went missing. So, not saying that he's a serial killer or anything, but there is that rumor. See, you're throwing out people that I could care less about. I'm not. I don't do country. I do not listen to country. I do not have any country in any of my playlists. Um, so somebody else can answer those questions because Alan Jackson and Jason Aldean, I have no idea what they sing. I cannot tell you what they sing. You know, so I don't. I know that they're nasally and country, and that's about all I can tell you. I'm trying to find my Hank Williams belt buckle. There it is. Do I have it taped in here? Yes, it is. All right. Now, I'll try and do this. Oop, there goes a bunch of my artwork. Right there at the very top. That's my Hank Williams buckle that he wore. Oasis or Pearl Jam? Another tough choice because Oasis was great. Pearl Jam was, you know, he didn't give attention to the fact that mommy didn't care. Um, and again, that grunge rock of Pearl Jam was cool for a minute, uh, but then it just got old. So I would go Oasis all the way on that one. And you're not throwing in your picks on these. So what are your picks? And Oasis and Pearl Jam is my era of, since I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and early 2000s until today. Rolling Stones. I'm not a Beatles fan at all. Never have been, never will be. So many people were on that bandwagon, and I just was like, I don't get it. I can sing their songs and stuff like that. I just didn't like them because their songs are catchy and all that good stuff. But not my cup of tea at all. One of my bosses used to bow down to the ground they walked on. Sick puppy or Godsmack? I say they both are good, and I like both of their stuff. Um, Musical geniuses in their own right. The best ever was Elvis. And yes, Casey, it's awesome that you got to meet him. And I do have a painting in here of him somewhere that I showed off with his part of his dragon uh, uniform back there. Sick puppies or Godsmack? Let's see. Let's go with sick puppies on that one. Tool or a perfect circle tool? I'm not a big perfect circle fan. My girlfriend likes them, and but I like Tool better. That's just me. That's just me. And I know that a perfect circle has some good um, melodies when it comes to their songs and stuff like that. And they write some great stuff. So, but it's just Tool for me. I just like that hard. I am not understanding that question. Dead Kennedys or Wendy O. Williams? Dead Kennedys. uh, it's all Maynard. Oh, so, but yeah, no, music is life. I mean, I'm trying to get it to where I can get my Sirius XM hooked up over here on this computer, and I've got some speakers hooked up, and we will do that. Uh, Popeyes or KFC? KFC. I mean, Popeyes is good, but after their little salmonella salmonella rumor came about, I kind of have avoided Popeyes for a while, where they would just let their chicken chill out on the counter in its own juices, throughout the day. But KFC for me, just because of their coleslaw and their biscuit combination, Mm-mm-mm. Mashed potatoes too, all that good stuff. But no, I used to eat Popeyes until that whole thing came about. We haven't been back to Popeyes in a while. Popeyes was started here in New Orleans by a guy named Al Copeland, the great Al Copeland. You could hear him on the radio at any point in time. I don't know if that's true or not, but no, Popeyes has some good stuff. And like I said, I used to eat them because of their spicy chicken, and so no, I had no problems with it, and I still don't because I doubt anything is. I'll go to Brahms. The rest is history. Of course, you'll go to Brahms at any point in time, Roy. We know that you're a Brahms guy, and you only eat one thing from Brahms every time. And so, and it has to be vanilla ice cream, the plainest of ice creams in the world. Jambalaya or seafood gumbo? See, I like both. A good jambalaya from Louisiana is the best. Seafood gumbo is good too, but I would go with jambalaya with some good red beans and rice in there with it, because you can't miss out on them red beans and rice. Because when I was in Katrina for military relief, kicking indoors looking for bodies and things like that, in 2005, we got served some good jambalaya and red beans and rice at a local's house. They met us at Walmart actually, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to invite you guys over," and it was just our group that was there. It was two trucks. So I'm from Nowlands, dude. I get it. No, I get it 100%. We hung around. Um, where were we? Ninth Ward is where we were stationed to patrol around and control the peace and look for people that didn't make it out of their houses. You know, so you know, but jambalaya with some red beans and rice, like I said, awesome. I won't be in that area, or I would definitely be partaking in some red beans and rice. Yeah, I miss it. I missed it. Got some gator while we were down there. This dude rolls up while we were at one of the WalMarts, or the Walmart that was open at the time, and had this. I think it was a 12-foot gator in the bed of his pickup. So I was out checking my trot lines, and this was on there. Warm air from the south. LOL. Yeah, it was completely, absolutely, and unfortunately, we had to put a few dogs down because they were now hungry for human flesh. You know, and so we didn't want to, but we had to, because one of the ones, a couple of the ones that we put down, um, tried to take a child, a baby, that a mother had set down in a carrier, in its baby carrier, and they tried to take the baby. And so, you know, but that's just unfortunate for the animals, just because all that happened, and that's all they could eat, at that time. was what they were finding, and sometimes they were finding the people before we were, you know. So, but it wasn't a pretty place down there, you know. So many people drowned in there. Absolutely, you know, and then some that just couldn't make it out of bed, you know, and that those are most of the ones we were finding whenever we were doing our search and rescue. How about the British Petroleum Company travesty to Norfolk Coast? Haven't heard about that one. Are you talking about the Boston Tea Party? Nah, I was around for that one. Oh, okay. Well, anytime there's a spill, any kind of an oil spill, it's devastating for the environment, especially the coral reefs and the fish and all that good stuff and the wildlife that's out there and people. Ultimately, it gets back to the peoples. Just like they say, you don't want to eat certain fish because of mercury and blah blah blahs and things like that. So, you know, lots of stuff is detrimental to everything out there. That's why I say live life to the fullest, live each day as if it's your last, because you don't know what tomorrow brings. You don't know what the next 40 minutes brings. Not the Exxon Valdez. I'm just reading back the comments right here. So I guess I missed that news day. Of course, I miss most news days. So no, I keep up with stuff, but there's some things that slip by the cracks. No, no, I get that. Oh, of course they didn't. Why would they? Because why do they want to take responsibility for their actions? You know, 28.6 thousand likes puts us in the popular live category. So I appreciate you guys that have stuck around and listened and everything like that. We're not done yet. Um, so with all of that, what could these people do to make things better for their oil spills? Not have them. I mean, oil spills are going to happen. Everything leaks on a regular basis, especially anything that's out there in the ocean. Anything that carries oil is leaking oil. I mean, hell, even your standard boats that are out there bass fishing and stuff like that are spreading oil. Godfather or Goodfellas? Oh, man. I grew up on Godfather's, the original Godfather's pizza. And Goodfellas is okay. We ate them. Where did we eat them? There's one here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And we ate them just last year or earlier this year. They were okay, but I would still go with Godfather's because I grew up on it. But again, Goodfellas has good food for what we had, the Italian style food um, that we did get. So, but a variety. Godfather's deep dish. Oh my God, I miss it. Yeah, no, no, because after football, that's where we would stop on a Friday night. Um, Bethany football at Bethany, Oklahoma, and we would stop at Godfather's on 50th. Yeah, 50th, and sit in a high top and eat some pizza. Oh, you meant the Godfather series or the Goodfellas series? I would go with the Godfathers. Godfathers. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Crystals was there for a long time. It finally closed up, but yeah, it was there for a long time. So you were talking movie wise, but Godfather or The Goodfellas. The Goodfellas is decent when it came to the series that they had, but I like Godfathers better still. The Godfather, The Godfather. Wendy's or Sonic? Oof. Sonic is just overrated to me. We used to go there all the time, but I like Wendy's a little bit better than Sonic. Um, the drawings are cooler too. It's hard to portray Sonic in a cosplay, you know, but a lot of people do Wendy's really well in the cosplay world. So yeah, Wendy's over Sonic. Now Roy would say pick Sonic over Wendy's, but he would pick Brahms over all of them. So you know, but yeah. So, do you dip your fries in the Wendy's frosty? I do not. I mean, I have before. It's just, it's just not. It's just not something I do on a regular basis. Now the girlfriend would, um, but she likes her fries dipped in any of her shakes or things like that. You know, I love the cherry limeade at Sonic. Queen or Kiss? Kiss. I've got the entire Kiss uh, best Axums right over here. Right here, the action figures right here. Plus, I got a bunch of more Kiss stuff floating around throughout. I've drawn the Kiss members that sold at a convention, all four of the originals. So, absolutely, I'm a huge Kiss fan. I've got three skate decks out of four, uh, two completed, one in the works, and one to be made. So I've got Gene Simmons already done. It glows in the dark with all the fire behind him. I've got uh, Ace Frehley. No, not Ace Frehley. Sorry. Paul Stanley. His is complete with all the bling on his outfit, plus some jewels encrusted in it. And then I've got Peter Criss in the works from the 1976 shoot with the Black Panthers with that green uh, feathery cloth outfit that he wore in that photo shoot. And then I've got Ace Frehley to do, which is going to have all kinds of lights and things like that, since he was the space ace. And I met him. Well, I didn't meet him per se. Got an autograph from him just here before he passed away. Actually, uh, we went to one of his last concerts. To be honest, Freddie Mercury. Come on, no. I get it. I mean, Freddie Mercury had the great voice too, but I'm just a Kiss fan over Queen, and I like Queen. You know, I have no problems with Queen, and their music was a lot better than most of that era. But if someone said you got concert tickets to Kiss or Queen, I'd say give me the Kiss tickets. So you know, but I've always been a Kiss fan. I used to have posters on the wall when I was a kid. Uh, And now the only stuff I've got is the action figures plus a few odds and end pieces of them running around the house. So, but yeah, I don't think I've got anything else Kiss related in here. No, I do have a card set of theirs running around here somewhere. I've rearranged my office and I'm still in the process of getting everything back into their environments and getting everything cleaned up completely. Oh, you leaving us, Roy? You leaving us, Roy? You got to go take a nappy nap. Is it that time of day? You got to take a nappy nap so that you can function at 10 o'clock tonight when you wake up. But Roy, you have a good day yourself. If you're gonna go ahead and leave us, but yeah, no, I would. Yeah, I was trying to see if I had them close, but I don't. But no, I've been a Kiss fan since I can remember. Like I said, and uh, I know a lot of people don't like them for whatever reason. Just like, I mean, you have your musicians that you don't like. 100%. And I get that, because I've got many that I don't like. That once they come on, I flip the channel or find something else. Oh, sweet. So you're in a band? Tell us your band. Because I will follow you. So no worries there. And I'll be able to listen to some of your stuff. Hopefully you've got some of your stuff on your page there. Because that will be cool. I always like listening to new bands. Do you have albums out there that are like on Circle in a Square? Okay, cool. Or do you guys just do local stuff? Gotcha. Cover band, but you write as well. That's cool. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Because I do know a lot of people that do cover bands, and cover bands do well. And that's how, and look at a lot of the professionals out there that do cover songs, you know, and including some people that that's all they did before they started writing their own stuff. So there's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of cover bands that play here in Fort Smith alone. Um, Velcro Pygmies are one. Um, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that have come through that do nothing but cover stuff. Um, there's an '80s cover band group that comes through here. So exactly, most people start with covers. Exactly, and again, nothing wrong with that. And because once you guys get out there and start making your albums and things like that, you guys will start writing. I mean, like you said, you write as well, so you've already got stuff ready to go for whenever you do get to that moment of breaking out and doing your own stuff. Uh, you guys will get a producer or you produce your own stuff. You know, with everything that's out there now, producing makes it pretty easy uh, when it comes to, and you don't need a label. You know, but Gibson or Fender? Wow, two of the classics. I'm surprised I didn't throw Les Paul in there too. Um, I would go with Fender, but that's just me. Not being a musician. Uh, but Gibson has some good stuff too. I know the girlfriend likes the Fender over the Gibson uh, herself, but she likes them both too. I think she's owned both, to be honest. I don't remember what all we've got in the house right now. We've got two potential. So, Casey, what would be your pick out of those two? Probably the Gibson. Nice. Yes, that's why I'm surprised you didn't put Les Paul in there. So, that's awesome. How long have you had the 59? Well, of course you do. Do you have a 59 Les Paul violin? I'm just kidding. I don't know they didn't make. I know they didn't make violins. So, so what's everybody doing out there? One person's been up all night. Casey's been up for a little while. My heart, Elizabeth, my heart. Ah, ah, I'm coming. Yes, for 10 years. That's cool. That is awesome. Alrighty, folks. I think I am going to kill it for this morning. I do appreciate everybody coming in and checking things out. Junkin Jay, I'm going to check you out. So don't forget to like, share, and follow. I do not play. Casey plays. He plays all kinds of different instruments. So you two need to get together and talk. You know, musicology. Um, because I only played clarinet and bass clarinet in high school, and I didn't even finish that. So so I went from middle school to high school doing clarinet and bass clarinet, and but no, Casey down here has met Elvis, uh, and he played with Elvis. So you know he's got a lot of cool stories to tell. Oh, no problem. You were great to interact with, so I appreciate it. But again, as we like to say as we leave you guys, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.